Monty with Supreme Hardwood Floors, and today I want to talk about the history of what got me into hardwood flooring, and eventually to open a showroom with my wife. So I come from a single parent family, and from early on, I was the maintenance guy of the house. So I was always repairing anything that broke because my mother couldn't afford to hire someone. So whether it was electrical, plumbing, something in flooring, or anything to do with anything, I was the maintenance guy. And that started at age like 9 or 10. I also started playing guitar at that time. And my dream from early on, and as long as I can remember, was to be a musician and a rock star. And I was pretty certain that was going to happen. I figured God and I had a plan, and I was on board with it. And as I got older, I needed to make a living. I hit 18, and my mother said, you either got to get a job or go to college. So an opportunity opened up to work as an apprentice for a carpet installer. And my pay was $4.50 an hour. And after about 2 months, I realized that the guy that I was learning from had a drug problem, and I needed a job. So I borrowed $60 from my mother. I bought myself a knee kicker and a carpet knife and a chisel. And I went out and started selling myself as a carpet installer, doing jobs. Along the way, I would ask questions in supply shops to the older guys, how they did things, and eventually moved on to other floors. Pretty much have done every type of floor throughout the years. That was back in Providence, Rhode Island, where I'm from. And back in 2004, my wife and I relocated to the Austin, Texas area. And I researched flooring out here and realized that, hardwood floors were probably my best opportunity to set myself apart. And little did I know at that time how interwoven hardwood flooring and playing music truly is. It's a never-ending journey in music. There's always something new to learn. I've been playing guitar and singing my whole life, and I still feel like I'm a beginner. I still feel like I'm learning. It's the same thing with hardwood floors. Wood is a living, breathing thing, and to work with it on a daily basis does not mean you have it figured out. As much as I like to think I know, there's so much more I have to learn. And that's what makes it so interesting. And then when you get into the creative side of it and start creating custom things like inlays and medallions and borders, you could really start to understand that the creative juices that I have somewhere to expend that in woodworking. So it's a great kind of a copacetic thing that happens in life, between my music and my woodworking. So in 2014, we're coming up on our 6-year anniversary. We opened up our showroom, and now that passion for learning, I get to pass on to younger guys. And they are now guys that work for us and our crews that if they don't have a passion for it, they can't work for me, because everything really stems from that. If you don't have a drive to learn more, you are going to be average at best at anything, especially with woodworking, because it is a living thing. If you're not really invested in getting better, you won't. So that's pretty much the story of how Supreme Hardwood Floors came about. I would have loved to have had a mentor all those years, but it basically was just a drive that I had to understand. It's just same thing with music. You want to learn, like, how do they make that sound that way? How do they do this? And you can watch somebody do it, and until you really apply yourself, you're not going to develop that technique it takes to create that certain sound. So, you can see that I'm invested, as well as my wife and even my daughter. She's part of this company as well. And the guys that now are learning through me, they have that same investment and passion into what they're doing. So come and see us, and maybe I'll play a song.